Hello, welcome to Peter's Mobile Web. Now, this episode, it's more and more on the future in digital jobs. Now, it's easy to see there's more and more companies promoting themselves, which is great, on Twitter and Facebook, and easy to see the skills are growing more and more in this field. But unfortunately, we listen to politicians now. They keep saying the words create jobs, but unfortunately, with unemployment not 100% great in this March, getting April, that is April 2017, it makes you wonder, like the next 10, 20 years, but let's say the next 10 years, it's going to be more and more digital jobs growing, or more and more in many fields, like take banking. Banking will be more digitalised, 100% digital in many facets of life, meaning mobile phone will be used more and more for shopping and EFTPOS machines and even using as a ticket to travel on the public transport, which will be coming into many, many cities around the world. Yes, your mobile phone has NFC, which they all will have within the next 10 years. And driverless trains, well, they've already begun. Now, take London. Yes, they've already got a driverless train there. And in France and Dubai, well, there's going to be more and more cities in other parts of the world which will grab on to driverless trains in the future, of course. And, well, it comes back to digital jobs, as I said earlier. Now, you can see easy that with politicians now, it's amazing how they use digital themselves. But hang on, they only use it, like Twitter, take Twitter. They use that, fine. But they mainly use it in promoting themselves. That's the main objective of that, in promoting themselves. But it comes back. Like take country in Australia, for example. Politicians might be running the country, whatever political party, but only for a very short period of time. And yes, they get kicked out, and the other opposition comes in, of course. And then that's only for a short time, and yet vice versa. Now, unfortunately, when they say create jobs in today's age, it's more talking of now, fine, but unfortunately, many jobs might create now, say, just for an example, would probably last 1 or 2 years, because the way more companies, industries are going, which is digital, well, it's very, very difficult to believe that in 10 years' time, for example, 15 years' time, that those jobs that create now, 2017, are still going to be there in 10 years, 15 years' time. That's the whole biggest question out there, you can tell, on many voters' mind in the future, of course. So it's great for politicians to, quote, say, we've created jobs now, 2017. Oh, great. But where is the proof that they're going to last 20, 30, 40 years? There's no proof. Meaning the last 10 years, for example. Let's go back the last 10 years. More jobs over the last 10 years have disappeared because of industries change to digital. That's the whole question that has to be answered by politicians of today. 10 years ago, though, they said the same thing. Oh yeah, 10 years ago, we've heard the same words, create jobs. But the point is, more jobs have been changed from many industries to digital, as I said before. That's the whole problem with, now, take Australia government. Yes, the Australian government is bringing in tax cuts to big businesses. And they're saying, quote, that's going to create jobs. Right, but where's the proof? The tax cuts in the next 10 years are still going to have those same jobs that come in now when the companies getting the tax cut will more produce digital. So more jobs will change to digital in the next 10 years. But you don't hear politicians now, quote, say those words. Oh, no, which is nothing new. So the thing is, take the skills in digital. Now, I guarantee there's so many people around the world, of course, which are more getting into producing websites, for example, apps, many facets of digital world. But getting back to websites, now, more people are getting into this sort of skill now, which is great, and producing their own website and so forth, which is great. But the thing is, the more people who get into doing this, in producing their own website and producing their own email address, yes, no need to using like Yahoo, Gmail, all those big companies, of course, who are offering free web email address, there more people can produce and create their own email address. And most likely also a website. Now, creating your own email, for example, would be more secure because using just two examples, Google or Yahoo or whoever, but these big companies, it's not 100% secure in today's age. No, it's not 100% secure. That's why, I have done my own email address. Yes, my own email address. I'm not using Yahoo, Google, or whoever, but I'm using my own. So there I know I'm the one actually in charge of it. So it's great to see more people down the track. I believe that will produce their own email more and more as time flies. But it's good to see the skills in producing their own websites and so forth, like WordPress or whatever the format is. It's great to see. This is where the future in digital jobs will be, where companies will have to look and they'll see more of these skills, where people working for themselves, of course. Oh yes, more people working solo, independent, which will be more in the future. But it comes back to what I said earlier. The point is, more of these digital, like the smartphone, you get onto the smartphone, there's going to be 100% more features in the smartphone the next 10 years. Oh yeah. Like, for example, looking at your own medical record will be more coming into the future. That's just one aspect. Obviously, banking's already started. Yes, can do banking. But there'll be hundreds more features coming in the future where you'll be able to use your smartphone for all sorts of things. And that's why I keep saying the future jobs digital. This is the way many industries are heading. And it comes back to how many jobs create today by politicians, as I said earlier, will be still there in the next 10, 15 years. That is the 100% biggest question. Politicians have to answer now, not in 10 years' time. Because in 10 years' time, how many politicians will be retired in 10 years? Many will be retired. So the politicians in power now, well, hang on, they say create jobs now, but in 10 years' time, for example, they've retired. Yet, well, I don't think it'll matter to them so much, will it? But this is the point. You look at so many industries now, and I won't go through all now, but there's so many industries you can easily tell and see where the digital industries are growing more in many fields. Logically, even stock market field, where to buy shares and so forth. Well, of course, on the financial side, that is, that's going to grow more and more in the next 10, 15, 20 years' time, where your mobile phone, smartphone, will be used, of course. But the thing is, it's the same with what I would be using myself is for video conferences. Yes, I'm very happy using that because that's a great feature of the smartphone. And now, of course, but more in the future, it's going to grow more, of course, video conference. So, because you get so many data, and in the future you get so many data with the smartphone, video conference will be... And because the Facebook has got Messenger for video talking, video conference, fine, a lot of people use that, but there's other ways you can use video conference, other apps that is, and which is, in a sense, you control, you're the host more. But you see, with the Facebook one, it's Facebook running it with the Messenger. But fine, a lot of people use Messenger, which is no harm, great. But myself, I prefer to use the one where it's like I'm the host sort of thing. And the good thing is with that, don't have to get on a plane and go over to America or UK or whatever. But anyway, as I was saying, the video conference is going to grow more and more with consumers, not just with business in the future. But as I said earlier, like take the City of London, they've already got driverless trains, for example, and other cities. But the point is, this is just the start where in the next 10, 20 years' time, that's just one industry, yes, but other industries are going to follow suit. But word of getting on to telling politicians, very, very hard to believe. Politicians, that is. But anyway, the thing is, it's still great to see how more and more skills are growing in the digital world for more independent, skilled people out there. And more companies are going to have to wake up and watch out, because that's going to happen more in the future, of course. Independent, skilled, digital people. Anyway, that's all for this episode of Peter's Mobile Web. Bye for now.
Hello, welcome to Peter's Mobile Web with lots of digital news podcasts. Anyone can leave their comments on our visitors page. Advertising made easy. Just click the contact page. You'll find plenty of posts on many topics. Visitors can leave comments to any post.